Development Steel Orchestra. So
Yes,
sympathy is, and
indeed.
to this
I
Steel
too,
Orchestra.
I too want to express my profound sorrow and condolences to the family members of this individual who lost his life yesterday. It's
Oh,
really sad.
you're celebrating a momentous occasion, and I know he or she would have been proud of their team for placing and doing so well. And I thought their coordination was lovely. I said, okay, a little bit more work and they can get it done. But most of it last night was good, but they need to work on their synchronicities in terms of their movements and stuff. Because when you look at Pan in Antigua and Trinidad,
Mm-hmm.
these people are in sync no matter how excited they are for the music. I don't know how they do it, but they are in sync. And another thing last night I saw on the on the YouTube wall was persons commenting on just one group using local music. Do you think that's a big thing? Should it be all local when it comes to Panorama, since Panorama is not did not originate in St. Kitts? Do you think that is a problem?
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't hurt because listen, we have. I'll tell you this weird thing about petitions and divisions, right? And it frustrates me because being a DJ and being someone who loves music, I would listen to these albums, right? And sometimes the music, the quality of the music goes beyond the songs that people know, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, how come nobody?
You mean the local music?
Yes, I'm
Okay.
like, how come nobody plays this song? Nobody even realizes how great a song this is and that kind of thing. And there's so many. I'm not saying people can't use local songs, but it would be nice if people would just consider looking at the treasure trove of music we have at St. Kitts Nevis and pull from there first. I'm not saying you can't, because trust me, some music is music, and there's some songs from the other islands. I mean, it's like sometimes you're just frothing at the mouth just to get at that song to do a pan arrangement. So I get that, you know. But I feel like we should try as much as possible to use the local.
Keep it home.
Yeah, I mean, like Elimat. I mean, Elimat alone. Oh my God. Elimat has songs that he wrote for Pan. It would be nice to hear. It'd be nice to hear some of the Pan orchestras doing some of those. There are a lot of songs with great melodies. Like I recognized last year that Outside Again, like when it became Road Match, I said that song has a great melody for a Pan arrangement. So I imagine we're gonna get that eventually. But
eventually, so it wasn't in the, because I didn't pay
it may-
attention
it
to
may
the
have
pan
happened- I
last
think
year.
it may have happened last year actually.
Okay.
But I remember when that song came out, I said, "Man, that song has a wicked melody." Because that's the thing. That's a lot of the time. That's the thing that drives the Pan selections. A song just has a great melody. I mean, even Showcase, I could see Showcase somebody doing that next year. He has a nice melody as well. Da 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 da. Da. Yeah. So and he has a nice sing along melody. And the cool thing is, you could imagine the steel band playing that, and maybe the as part of the performance, they might have a segment where they start to sing it. Maybe they sing a few lines.
How about they might be playing that for this year's parade? Because EBJ might be on the road with their orchestra playing for this year.
There you
this
go.
Parade. They
There
just
you
might
go.
play a showcase. They just might play a bit of all the music.
There
And
you
I
go.
liked what I liked last night with the DJ. He was playing all the old songs from Road Match of old, and it was a nice vibe last night. I enjoyed DJ Flames and what he was
not
doing.
bad for Jamaican Flames.
Oh boy.
So you were able to watch the show?
Yes, I
So
stayed
they-
up until after 12 to get the results. That's how serious I was last night. But I missed the first part of it.
So is it that two songs were being played, or just one song?
One
When
song.
you were
No, I mean by the
pan,
yes,
just one, yeah,
just one. Okay.
just one. Yeah.
And what they would do, they would play a bit of the verse and chorus of the recording, like the song, and so people.
Yeah,
Okay.
so people
Well,
Yeah.
maybe what could be done, and this is just a suggestion, in order for it to you play one local, so it has to be one locally produced, and then another song of your choice.
it should have
Therefore,
been.
You have, I don't know how the semantics would be in relation to that, because then
time, right?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
because if one song lasted in that competition lasted until you say up to 12 o'clock,
Yeah.
then if you added an additional song, one would think that.
Well,
you
maybe
go-
they can, as you rightfully said, maybe they can cut the time.
Mhm.
and
One
so you
song
have-
lasts up to 12 o'clock? What do you mean?
No,
No, one song
the
each.
competition.
Oh,
competition.
The competition.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Yeah.
So
Oh.
if you have a competition, the bands are only playing one song and it
Yeah.
lasts up to 12 o'clock, then some readjustments would have to be made in order to keep within a suitable time frame.
But it's
Yes.
carnival. Come
for two
on.
songs to take.
Because what are they gonna do when we have more steel bands? Because we want more steel bands, don't we? So
But
Wasn't
I
there an
ju-
extra entry this year?
I'm not sure.
we had
because,
7.
yeah.
We had 7. But I mean, at some, trust me, in
wish
about
I
10 years, I'm
Would
sure
have
we'll have
gotten the
more.
opportunity to watch back
But
52
you say
just
that,
to see.
but a lot of persons, and we go to shows, different shows. After 12 o'clock, many persons are ready to know the results and
Yes.
basically ready to think. There are some shows that go beyond 12, and by the time it goes beyond 12, you're already tired because if you go there, you're going to the show perhaps by 7:30, 8 o'clock if you want an early start, and you're there for some time. So yeah, people, I think generally speaking, because there have been some shows that go further than 12 o'clock, and at that point, the persons are ready to hear the results, ready to go further. So I do take the point that it's carnival, but
yeah.
persons do, I think.
We really don't know how to party then, man.
But
No,
then
but-
Jamster is not. That's not the fact, because remember we had to come to work today.
Yeah,
So
but I had to
most
come to work
person-
this morning,
yeah,
but
but
still.
you
But
you
did you
work
guess
on
it-
limited powers.
I guess-
So you
I
went to
guess-
the Panorama?
Yes,
went-
remember he said he had
Yeah.
a ticket yesterday.
So he was out and about, and
yeah,
he wanted more time.
he wanted more time.
Okay,
yes.
that was it.
I mean, listen, I'm a
Okay.
DJ.
I know.
I grew up,
Mhm.
I mean, I
But
got
the end
thrown
of
in
the
at the deep
competition,
end.
the end of the competition doesn't mean that you go home, because if they are
Yeah, because I didn't go home right away.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so what I'm saying, if you take the competition within a certain time frame, so the results can be given, and other players could therefore maneuver. And the competition ends at 12. It doesn't mean that if you want to stay on for further, because there are things that are going to be happening in town.
Yeah, Chubby
and stuff like that.
performed
Yeah.
about 2 or 3 songs after.
So when my comment was focused mainly on the competition aspect.
mhm.
Rather than have a competition go for 6 hours, by 12 o'clock the competition fairly enough should be over.
But I just find that comes across as kind of it makes competitions sound like they can't party, like, oh, okay, we gotta be home by 12 o'clock, I mean, it's carnival, but we gotta be home by 12
But
o'clock.
because it's
If the-
work
if the
tomorrow.
competition is over at 12, it doesn't mean that you have to go home. No one is
That's-
taking
Yeah, but
that-
you know
no
what I
one is
mean.
taking
But
that
you-
stick
but-
and hitting
yeah,
you
but
and say,
you-
go
but
home
you-
now.
but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. I mean,
There's so many
okay,
other
I
things
guess
that you
maybe
could do.
some people went to the
Yeah.
strip, but
Yeah, so
But
there are
still.
so many different other things that you
No?
could do. Because at the end of the day, if people come in for competition by 12 o'clock, you already anxious, not wanting to know who has won,
Yeah. But people were, the audience, Jamsey, and you can tell me if you felt the same way, they were anticipating EBJ.
probably, yeah.
They were.
Probably.
And when they came on, if you see the ruckus in the crowd and everybody jumping, that even when they announced EBJ, I don't know, their members flew from all angles and they climbed up on the stage via any way they could have got on stage.
I don't know. I
last
don't know
night.
how they judge Pan, so I really have to go to the workshop next year. So
Okay.
I had promised the clinician that she had wanted me to come to the Pan as well, but I was like, no, I'll come next year. I'll leave that for somebody else. I didn't want to be like Mr. Soca, Calypso, Pan judge.
Mhm.
But I would just like to go just to see the inner workings of how you deconstruct and pass a Pan performance.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to.
So you enjoyed the Panorama yesterday, last evening?
Yeah, it was
Awesome.
nice. Uh-huh.
Azard, you didn't sound like you didn't get a chance to watch. You caught up on sleep?
No, I had.
So I heard you're big, Mr.
No.
I heard you're big judge for the next.
No.
the next two shows.
So
No?
I had workshops. So I had to go to some workshops last
Okay.
evening, and by the time
Workshops.
yeah, Yeah, I'll tell you after.
Okay.
The man, he's working all season,
Yeah, so
Jamster.
I'll tell you after. I had to do some workshops, and so by that time I was
They
not
say
tired.
about, they say about all work and no play. Right?
Oh, Jesus.
It makes Jack a dull boy. They
What's
never
up?
said-
What's up, dull boy?
They never said Azard. They said Jack.
I
And
like
by the
that.
last time I know that, my name isn't Jack.
I have a rapper name for you.
What's that?
Easy, the dull boy.
So we have other competitions coming on. We have this evening. We have the Miss St. Kitts and Nevis competition.
Who else is excited for that?
I'm sure a lot of persons are excited for that.
Go, Jamie.
And
Corty's
every-
backing you.
Oh, is that a picture of the guy that
Mhm.
oh, so sad. Oh, he was a man. So
Yep.
part of the engine room.
Yeah.
Oh, that's I really I have to send my
Mm-hmm.
my condolences to the family. That's man.
Yeah.
It's like all that joy and sadness at the same time. Huh?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're not going to Miss St. Kitts tonight, Jamster?
Miss St. Kitts and Nevis.
Nah, that's girl stuff. My-
How could you? That's good. That's a very good show.
but my wife and daughter are going.
Okay. The
Yeah.
frolic and the fanfare. Look, I'm looking forward to those ladies tonight.
So
That's,
there
that's,
should be-
that's,
there
la-
should
that's
be-
lady stuff.
There
I'll leave
should
that to
be
ladies.
a mixture of males and females at the show.
Yes, and I
So
would
I'm
hope
sure.
Jamster would have gone to this one tonight with his
I'm
wife
sure,
and his
I'm
daughter.
So Jamster
sure.
not attending isn't an indication that other men won't attend, because I look at the
Jamster will be
crowd,
there tonight,
and
you know.
there's
It's still
quite-
girl stuff.
There's quite a mixture of persons in attendance to the show.
Jamster.
So they have a quite and it's usually a show that's very
Uh-huh.
well attended by
Yeah.
males and females, you know.
If I was certain
So-
they were going to be wearing bikinis, then I might go.
But the swimsuits are hot.
They're going to have swimsuits tonight?
Oh,
Okay, I might change my mind then.
Jamster needs some lashes, you
It
see?
definitely shows that Jamster doesn't know what happens at Miss St. Kitts and Nevis.
It doesn't.
Well, I know what happens, but you know.
You know which show it's missing this year out of the competition, and I don't know if everybody
This
else.
swimwear.
The swimsuit.
Mm.
Last year it was poorly attended. Miss St. Kitts had its audience last year, but I didn't think they came out because, as Jamster say, one thing with competitions and divisions, if they ain't know who participating, they ain't showing up, you know. These people have to know in advance so they could already pick their person and decide, okay, this is my person.
Mm-hmm.
And I picked Jamie because Jamie has such a humble spirit. She's so down to earth, and she's just welcoming and warm. So I hope she wins Miss Amnesty tonight. This is just Kortensia being Kortensia. I just hope she becomes the queen, because I think she's a great representation.
Jamie?
She's multilingual, yes.
Okay.
So I'm picking something nice to represent us when she goes away, man. Not saying the other girls aren't nice, but Jamie is my pick. Go, Jamie. I hope you're relaxing. I hope we're not putting too much pressure on you, or you feel us saying we're backing you, so you think you have to just be yourself. Be humble, sweet Jamie, and bring home the crown tonight. Let me shout hip hip hooray tomorrow.
Well,
Yeah.
let me say I wish all the young ladies well this evening.
Yeah.
I have no horse in the race, and so whichever contestant emerges the top performer, congratulations. And I do wish that that individual, that young lady, would represent St. Kitts and Nevis
Well,
to the best of
yes.
her abilities and to the best of her, competence. I do wish that,
Can you not sound like a politician and just talk and have a conversation?
I'm not sounding like a
Yes, you
politician.
do. Can
This
you
is
not
me.
sound? Can you not sound like
Mhm.
Oh boy.
the opening ceremony, and I was called to give the speech.
Jamster!
I have
Yes.
That is Azard.
So I wish all of them well. I wish all of them well. I really hope that they put on a fantastic job, because those persons who are coming and watching
Yes.
are expecting a great job. So I do hope that
Yeah.
all of them do well, and
Yeah.
that because at the end of the day, the winner represents the federation in
Yeah.
regional shows, and so we want
Jamie-
the best person.
Jamie happens to be the only one I know to actually, and
Oh,
I wished
Okay.
what was it, Christmas
Okay.
Eve or the 23rd, something like that. Yeah, I think.
Okay.
So I wish all the
Yeah.
young ladies well. May the
Yep.
best.
May the best
Performer
young
this
lady win,
evening.
Jamie.
May the best performer this evening secure the crown.
I'm
Oh.
sorry. I always have a horse in the race. I back Destiny to the end, and I'm backing Jamie to the end. I'm very sorry.
Caller Island Tea, go right ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. Good
Hey.
morning. Good morning.
Hey.
See, I
Yes.
just to comment on the last night show. First, I want to extend my condolences to individual there that passed an emergency accident at the and the function last night.
Yes.
I thought I would make a couple of suggestions. I believe the Panorama was very, very good. I think presenters did an excellent job considering that we're just coming back in the sense of bringing Panorama steel band competition to what it probably used to be in the past years ago. I would like to make two suggestions. One, I believe that they should have a test piece for all the bands to play. And then they have a choice to select the piece that they so desire. So the carnival committee will say, look, this is the test piece, and then you have another choice. You have 2 rounds. I believe that will be definitely used. The other thing that they had 8 minutes to play their song. Just to look for a time factor, they could cut it down to 6. So between the test piece and the other piece, let's say the bands have 12 minutes. They can play them, almost the same time. So they don't have to set up and take down and set up and take down. Another thing they can do again is to maybe look at 2 stages, or pick the stage in a way you can have the incoming band set up. So when the first band finished, you just go into the other band, and the other band will set up and that kind of stuff. So we'll have it continuous rather than having a break, or you can have a merger of another program in between with the DJs and the competition. There's something that I can perhaps look at. I just thought I might make a suggestion. Test piece of thing is useful because it will give you a bit overview as up to the performance of the band, and then they have a choice of the tune that you would like to play. So that's my suggestion, guys.
Thank you
Just
so
wanted to
much.
stick with that.
Thank you so much for
Thank
giving
you.
your suggestions. It's welcomed, and this is how things get better,
Yes.
by persons expressing also to those points. I mean, hopefully someone from the carnival committee would hear, and
Caller, I want to ask though, did you think their synchronicity worked well last night? Is that something that they can work on as well?
Well, definitely. Synchronicity is always very keen steel band competition. I attended a few in Trinidad. And way back in the good old days, when we had several bands, you had the Boston Tigers, even way back, very youth days, the Invaders, you had, Texaco Maple Leaf, you had Casablanca, you had the Keon Steel Band, you had music. You had quite a number of bands here. Steel Band used to be the key on the road, and the competition used to be very, very tight. I mean, we didn't have the sort of quality sounding bands like they have now, But, the bands used to be large bands too, and this used to be really what we're looking for in the world. We need to have the hi-fi in the world like what we have now. So I believe it's a good thing, and pushing it to the youngsters in schools and so forth, I think is a very, very good thing.
Yes.
But that's the area, like the Univis is doing an excellent job. I want to commend them on that.
Yes,
Yes.
I noticed that
But
last
the
night.
the synchronization, I think, is key. That is part of it. And if we could also tweet it and look and see what's happening in Trinidad and like you guys folks mentioned, Antigua.
Yes.
Because if you look at some of these bands and so on, the kind of synchronization and performance and dress code and all that kind of stuff, all that comes part of the whole package.
yes.
So it's always useful to look at that.
Yeah.
But what I really thought was really excellent in my view is the sounding of the band, the arrangements in some cases. I think we are really getting back up there to having an excellent rendition. And then, like I said, but I really stress a test piece and a local selection of the particular band.
Yes.
I think that will really bring an overall view as towards, hey, really and truly, this particular band is not just a one rounder, a one tune.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You can
Yes.
play a test piece, and then you have another piece of their selection.
Yeah, and to ensure that you have the local music, you have the category that says it must be a locally.
That is where the
a local
selection
show.
should come in,
Yes.
because you see the carnival committee could select that and let it be a local band.
I see. Yes, and so everybody plays that.
And
Yeah,
as that you realize he even mentioned what you said. They can play 2 songs, they can cut the time, and then they play both songs at the same time, so they don't have to come off and come back on, and the time will still work out.
Yeah.
Right now they're playing 8 minutes last night. 8
Oh.
minutes was a lot. If you play over 8 minutes, you fine, or you had to lose points,
Yes.
right? So you had up to 8 minutes. So what I'm
Okay.
saying, cutting down to 6 minutes. And if you calculate it and you say, okay, you have seven bands playing 6 minutes, you give them a 10 minutes to set up and a 5 minutes to take off. So if you calculate it, by midnight, if you start at 7:30, by midnight, everybody out of there.
Yes.
So that's just my calculation there. Just give a quick summary. If you look at it, and you have 7 bands. Let's say you have 8 bands next year, right? And you give them 6 minutes and another 6 minutes per day. That's 12 minutes, right? So 12 8, 96. And you add another 10 minutes, for setting up and taking off. And if you have the 2 set up on the stage, it will eliminate that problem. Like we used to have two bands with Calypso. When we used to have only Methodist band, and then you had another band, and then the guys just go on and play. You don't have to set up and all that kind of stuff. So you would have a similar arrangement with the steel band. We have the band that is playing and the one that's setting up to play next. So, the show will flow.
Yes.
That's just my thoughts.
I actually, well, they used to have a test piece. I don't know if they're doing it now, maybe just for the sake of time. But I imagine when the numbers build up, they might bring that back, because that's the standard thing elsewhere. Because you kind of, it's like the control. In chemistry, you have the control. So the test piece is like the control. Everybody plays that song, and you see how they interpret it and how they play it, and then they have their unique piece that they're gonna do. So I'm sure.
I'm not sure if there's another point that is added for the largest band. That might be another thing they might want to consider. Like the band with the largest players.
Okay.
Because like in Trinidad and so on, you have different categories, large band, medium band, small band, and so on. But here, to encourage it, you might want to give a special condolence prize or something like that to the largest band. That's another thing to encourage people to be.
Yeah, participation. Encourage, but yeah.
Just like they do with the largest troop. The largest troop in town, that kind of thing.
Okay.
So these are things that, I believe the committee might want.
And I'm here looking at the video now, and quite a number of persons were in attendance for the show. The attendance looks good.
Yeah, it was very good.
One last thing, and this might be a bit controversial. I believe it will be useful also if you have an experienced pan man to be part of the judges.
Oh, so you believe there wasn't one?
From the panel that I heard, I don't recall hearing.
Nevin Roach, I think Nevin Roach. He's
Nevin Roach, okay.
Nevin Roach is from Trinidad, and he's a good panelist.
Well, that's right. But I mean a local person with him. You know what I mean? Because he's from Trinidad. You need a local pan man.
And
someone who comes to, for example, a Gary Knight, who's been through music and pan and all that kind of stuff. His father was in pan and all that stuff with Melly and all those guys. You could have like a local pan man, and because I agree with having the Trinidadian guy there. So you have a balance, in the panel.
Okay.
I think that might be something we want to consider too.
Yeah.
You're bringing in somebody outside and also have a local, old Star Wars experienced person in panel music.
It's funny.
Might be a good visual balance in these panels.
It's funny that you brought up Gary Knight, because last night when I was there, I was talking to the guy I was living with. I was telling him it really would be interesting to hear somebody like Gary was the exact person I said doing some pan arrangements for one of these steel bands, and I don't get the impression that the arrangements are done outside of the band. So it would be nice if the steel bands could move to a case where they say, okay, let's get Gary Knight to do arrange this particular song. Take, for example, one of the bands did a song by the Jazz Brass International, the band that Gary used to be in, right? So it would have been interesting if they knew that. They could have gone and said, Gary, we plan to do this song. You wanna do some arrangements for us, But I think it's key to have some. This is gonna sound bad, but
and it will encourage, and not only that, recognize some of our stalwarts or senior pianists music arrangers. You know, I think, by utilizing our seniors and stuff like that, who has the experience and can impart it and can give some input. To me, that is rich. That is rich information coming through from our people. So you have between that guy who they're the experts, they're the original and stuff like that, and you have a local person who has also the local environment, the local,
I think you make a good point, because I'm thinking maybe the pan community here is so small that
that's correct.
Might wanna. I mean, there may not be that many panists sitting around, maybe semi-retired or retired, who might want to judge, and then there might be conflict. There might be conflicts of interest as well.
Yeah, well,
because there might
one
be.
of the things is that when you don't recognize these guys, you find everybody gone into hiding or gone into retirement. That is where a pan is coming back, because you have a lot of old panics and so on around. It is true, some of the good ones gone, like Punta and Webster and so forth, and the Millie and even before them, But what I'm saying is that there are still quite a few who we probably don't even remember that's still around, and by recognizing them, I believe, and even giving them a hail up and so on and ask for their input and so on in pan development, I think that might be useful.
We can also
need exploration anyway.
Yeah, we can also supplement the expertise by, maybe one or two judges from Antigua, St. Martin,
Yes, definitely.
So,
we have to work in collaboration, that's how it is, it's a Caribbean thing.
Yeah.
Sure is.
So I believe that's a good idea. But all in all, I think the youngsters did an excellent job last night. I really want to commend them. I think, they really give us a little feel of what's going on on the big stage,
The coolest. The coolest thing about this is we actually here discussing Panorama. I love that. I actually like this is very encouraging. I mean, we're actually having this whole discussion on Panorama, and I think this is great. So thanks for your contribution.
No problem, Tom. Anytime.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Great.
I was looking at last year's Panorama. I don't know if you got the chance to, and I noticed 2 bands from Nevis won last year, and one of the bands. Well, yeah, please. Sorry, guys, I forgot EBJ. It looked like it had several, because according to the participation trophies that I counted, there were several, and then 2 bands from Nevis placed. It looked like they had down to 4th runner-up last year, because I saw 4 trophies. The guy that won first this year, he didn't place last year, so I think that was the surprise and the work that he was probably happy to see that they put in, and at least they're at first, so they're going to come for the champions next year. And even in the comment last night, the comment section on YouTube, I saw somebody say that EBJ should retire. Why though? Because I found that they worked harder than they did last year, although they probably in their minds they say we got this. I find they put in more work, as I said, just their synchronicity, and I wish they would have worked a bit more on the uniform. Those are the only 2 things that I thought, but I liked how they sound. They sound very nice last night.
But why would they be suggesting that they should retire?
Maybe because they've won it 4 times in a row, but it's not even 5 yet. I would probably say after 5, maybe. Because even at 5, they should come harder, because they see that person that didn't win in 51 came up in 52 first, right behind them. So they're coming. And I don't know if community development placed last year, because I couldn't hear the sound, but the young lady in the Nutcracker, they placed last year, but they didn't place this year.
Well, I mean, I don't think that good performance or excellent performance or a winning performance is on the criteria for retirement.
That's what I'm saying, because you're supposed to perfect your art, right?
Ridiculous.
Perfect your art and come different, and I find EBJ did that. As I said, when the camera was going around the faces of the young people, you can see their excitement, you can see their enthusiasm, you can see that they were looking forward to this moment to play, to represent their bands. So, and we have to watch Nevis Community Development, because next year they just might be trouble EBJ and St. Kitts Steel Orchestra.
If on the flip side, it gives the other competitors something to look forward to for in terms of victory, in terms of ensuring that they up on that level or even better, So, I mean, competition, even though you have someone who's winning, and You know, it only inspires you.
The artists to get to them
yeah.
on their level
Yeah.
and try to dethrone them.
Exactly.
So we don't know. Next year, St. Steel Orchestra might dethrone EBJ. Let's see.
Yes.
Or the Nevis Community Development might dethrone St. Steel Orchestra. Let's see.
And then I would assume too that each band would, that the players in a band this year might not even be the exact players in the band next year. You will recruit new members, you'll have older members. So many changes happen within a structure or organization year to year. I don't think that the band, the Steel Pan Orchestra, is any different to those changes. I'm sure persons who were there 5 years ago, they're not there now.
Because
so
some would have gone to school, etc., etc.
So the composition of the members change. Of course, what I want to say, there would be foundation and founding members, but I think the other players in terms, those might be changing. Yeah.
Well, let's see next year. Maybe we should join a band.
I did Steel Pan in I did it. I used to go to Boots. Boots had
Boots.
Yeah, a Steel Pan summer camp thing.
Of the village, right?
Of the village,
yes.
And then I did it in high school at Washi.
But I need to put it back in school.
So it's out of school now.
I don't think it's in any school. Is it, Jamsa?
No, that's what I know.
Yeah, they need to bring it back because,
during
as
my
I
time,
said,
it was in school. Yeah.
Yeah, in junior high, when I went to junior high, it was in school because they were right next to the home ec class. And sometimes they're playing and you in home ec and you just jinging and your teacher, Miss Glass, would like pay attention.
I remember at Washi, it was either that or art. And you know.
So it was still there when you went?
Yeah, when I went there, it was still there. And you had to choose either art or music. That was the selection.
What did you choose?
I chose music.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, at the time.
Okay.
It was one less subject to worry about as well. Yes. No, the art.
Why do you think your good friend doesn't have some soul?
Art is a good subject too, but art actually carried a weighting scale in terms of the marks were collected for art at the time. So music, there was no marks for the music, and so you just enjoy
yourself. Yeah.
And so it was that time to enjoyment. And Mr. Hewlett was actually the
Melly.
Yeah, he was actually.
He was there when I was at junior high too.
Yeah, he was.
Wow, he's been around a long time then.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So you had the option, and it wasn't okay. You have to do well, or what? You just had that free time that you just play.
I think around that time to George's. That was before he left for the stage. George's was at Keon High, I think.
Keon High had a nice band too.
Yeah.
Listen, they need to bring back the pan in schools.
And then you could have school competitions.
Exactly, and then from that, you get
exactly. Yeah,
let's give the kids something to look forward to. The young men and everybody. Let's bring back the pan.
For Boots summer camp with the thing, there were certain times, sometimes you had to share pans because there were so many children that on the final night you can't play all the songs, and sometimes you just hope, because at times I had to share pan too in terms of the final night. But I remember having the chance, at the time, I think 1 pound of sugar ain't enough pound of sugar. You're beating your pan.
Good songs, good songs.
I love that song, and it was a good song to play too.
Another song with a great melody.
Yeah. The people can get enough of the sweetness.
See, Azard already. See, Azard even playing pan on the table.
I am watching him,
Azard is showing you his colors this morning.
I did piano as well, Jam store. So I had that musical thing.
I'm getting flashbacks of Bill Clinton playing the sax on the Tonight Show in Shades. The sax badly, but at least playing the sax.
Why you just can't love on your AZ?
I'm just playing with it. Better at playing the steel pan than the piano. Piano requires a lot of practice and a lot of dedication.
Yeah, I can only imagine that.
A lot.
But they just need to bring it back. And last night too, EBJ, did you see they turned the pan over and played the pan on the bottom? They had a lot of theatrics. That's why I just wish it was synchronized. It would have been sweeter.
I saw the Trinidadians do that one time.
Yeah,
okay.
they turned it over and played on the wrong side. I'd be like, what? The young adults in that group, they were excellent. So they deserve to win. And I hope they work harder next year, because you best believe second and first come in for y'all.
Your countryman was famous for that kind of stuff. playing the guitar with his teeth, playing it
Who's
from
that?
behind his back. Eddie Grant.
Oh, I didn't know that. See, I'm so
that's
young.
That's one of the things. No, but Eddie Grant is.
I didn't know. I didn't know he was Guyanese.
Yeah,
and
he's Guyanese.
I also found out the guy that sing. Oh boy, there's a Trinidadian guy that sing a song that even if it plays now, it's still big. Oh,
You mean Billy Ocean
I think it's that.
in Caribbean Queen?
Yeah, Caribbean Queen.
Yeah,
yes,
he's
yes.
from
I thought
Trinidad,
it was
yeah.
Caribbean Queen, but I didn't want to say the wrong thing. Yeah, I was shocked. Trinidadian? What?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know Eddie Grant.
And
was
then there's
Guyanese.
another big producer arranger from Guyana, who I remember I was watching a documentary with him, and he was talking about how he started playing pan in Guyana. How they used to send him to pan, and then they moved to Brooklyn, and the man, you should look him up, Randy Muller.
Randy Moore?
Muller,
Muller?
Muller.
Okay.
And he used to arrange and produce for some hot funk bands from the New York area.
Nice.
Sky, SKYY.
Okay.
Brass Construction and another one. What's the
Okay.
other one? I forgot. Beat something. I forgot the name of the other one. But yeah. And yeah, he was a great arranger.
Oh, good stuff.
But I thought it was interesting when he said he started playing pan first. Yeah.
Okay.
And he plays the flute as well.
See, I have someone
Wow.
here on the Facebook page saying my favorite song too is More Sugar. You remember the one? That was a really good song. I
Yeah.
think it was by New Vibes.
Yeah, New Vibes.
Yeah, that was
I
it.
think,
That
didn't
was
they
the
win one
following year.
match
Yeah.
with that?
See, nice
Yeah.
melody
That's
again.
why I tell you,
for-
Flames had all them songs Azard. Last night, if you had watched, whilst they were waiting for the results and stuff, he was playing everything authentic. As he said, he came to St. Kitts in 1997, and the sugar kept him. He never left for Jamaica
You
again.
know which song I really liked as well? You remember Water?
Yes,
Water.
Come
Yeah,
on, get your
yeah. Nice melody.
to wet
again.
down the place.
Nice melody. Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah,
those
were
were
some really nice songs.
But you hear them now, and you hear these songs, and you think, "Oh my God,
Melody
Yeah.
is
it's so
melody is
back."
the
But
key.
it's the words that keep you
Yeah.
though.
Yes, melody is
Yeah.
the key.
And I mean, those songs you were able to enjoy the music, and it wasn't basically very. What I want to say, the content.
It was just the feeling
was
the melody
clean.
gave you.
Yes,
Yeah.
I figured as I'd covered that, and that's correct.
Yeah.
It never told you to bend over and do anything, but if you
Yeah.
wanted to do that, you did that. But
Yeah.
it was nice.
so
It was
gives you
pure.
This,
Yeah.
You know, you're able to, and you know, there might be different connotations, but it
Yes.
wasn't to the point that even a primary school child could understand what
Yeah.
you're trying
Yeah.
to say. You understand?
We have a call.
Yes.
Caller, go ahead. You're live on Island T.
Hey, morning.
Good
Yeah, I'm on
morning.
you know who this is. E.
Yes.
All right. Just calling to say that I missed the show yesterday. I really wanted to go. But, you know, duty calls. This time of the year when you're in the Calypso band, you don't have a life, huh?
I could
Oh,
imagine.
You don't have a... Yeah, you're either practicing or you're tenting or you're gigging or something.
Well,
And
that's
I
a
did
life.
see-
That's a life. I
did see you
beg
guys
to
setting
differ.
up last evening for
You beg to
rehearsal.
differ?
I beg to differ.
Rehearsal.
When you're a musician, you always have a life. Music is life.
Okay,
Huh?
the life is music.
Exactly.
That's the only life you're supposed to have.
Well, I really wanted to go to the show. I was
Yeah,
one show I said
yeah.
I am going to this year. I want to go because I really appreciate. I wanted to see what it's about, and appreciate the diversity of styles and arrangements, but I missed it completely. So I'm curious. Who do we really big up the arrangers? Like, do we know? Do we profile them? Do we know who and the stories behind some of these? Do they read music? Do they play by ear?
That's
Like, what's the? Do we
great
know
questions.
any information?
No, I don't know much. The impression I got, I could be wrong. Someone could call me and tell me. The impression I got is that the arrangements are done by
Not
someone,
the leaders
someone,
of the band.
someone in the band. Yeah.
Someone in the band,
Yeah,
yeah.
usually the leader probably.
Because I think that's what I heard
But-
last night.
Yeah. I don't think-
anyone can correct me, but I think
Yeah.
that's what I heard when they were announcing the arrangers and
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
It doesn't seem like we've gotten to the point where we have people like Gary Knight or Ip Isaac doing arrangements for Panorama.
Now,
I don't even think
I would really love to hear some type Andy Narrow type of vibe.
Yes.
On some of these arrangements.
Yes.
That really think outside the box. Again, I didn't hear any. I haven't heard any of the song. I'm just saying I'm looking forward to hearing some really creative, colorful type arrangements. So, but I still want us to big up. It's like almost you go to a restaurant and you eat and you taste good food and you ask, well, who's the chef? You know, like
Yes.
what was the recipe behind this? Like I find like they're a little bit too behind the scenes, and that we need to kind of big them up. You know, give them a lot of, even with the calypso songs, we don't really care to big up their arrangers.
Yeah. At least.
Forgotten heroes.
Yeah. The silver lining is at least we are discussing Panorama, and I love that. You know, so it means we're heading in the right direction. We just have to add those elements that you mentioned, where we start, the band start maybe diversifying the arrangement sources and so on to get, even more interesting stuff going on.
Well,
you know,
what I want you guys to even try to do is to get some of the arrangers in the studio and have a conversation and get the story behind
That would be nice.
the arrangement and what they would have done and why they were influenced or how they were influenced and all that kind of stuff.
Yes.
You know?
That would be
'Cause
good.
Those are the untold stories that we don't know.
We could
And I
also
know that we would appreciate and the general populace of the people who like music and Pan would be happy for that.
Yeah, I agree.
We could also invite the winners of the various shows to come and tell us of their experiences.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm thinking outside the box.
No,
The
I agree
winners
with
is what
you.
everybody will
In
want
addition to that,
hear.
in addition to that, yeah,
In addition, okay, yeah.
in addition.
Anyway, that's my contribution.
yes.
great. And Happy New Year. And remember, you always
He
have
said
a
Happy
life.
New Year like it's tomorrow.
Well, I mean, okay, Merry Christmas.
No,
And
season greetings, Jamster.
it's still Christmas. It's still Christmas.
Season's
Huh?
greetings covers everything.
It's still Christmas.
Yes,
You know,
that's
I think I heard somebody say Merry Christmas after Christmas was over, and I thought to myself,
No, Christmas is over on January 6th.
oh, it is.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it the
January
12 days
6th,
of
you
It
said?
goes. It
Is it
goes.
the 12
yeah.
days of Christmas?
But Christmas
Yeah, the
just
season. The season is from the 24th to the 6th.
Oh, but you
Of
sure?
January.
You
But
sure
see, you see, I like that season, not Christmas
In fact,
Day.
if you notice, when FM the carols stopped playing around January 6th, at least when Bacchus was here,
But okay, let me ask you.
and the Christmas songs.
But
Yeah,
isn't that when Carnival finished to around that time?
yeah, but
Wrap up, yes,
So
almost.
people, you don't think persons would identify it more so with Carnival than Christmas?
that's the problem we have around here. That's why I'm a firm. Whenever I bring up this topic, nobody calls on it. I feel like Carnival needs to be moved. I'm sorry.
Moved?
Yes.
To when?
Because Christmas gets short shrift.
Oh, Christmas
And-
gets forgotten to one
yeah,
day.
Christmas is an annoyance, like a minor inconvenience to people.
Because let me tell you,
Mhm.
by Christmas Day, I was already hearing pong, 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 pong. I said, okay,
Everybody
they can't
done-
wait for tomorrow. They
In
cannot
the night,
wait.
the streets look bare. Everybody's getting
Yes,
ready
For
and
Juve,
sleeping.
yeah. It's like they're like, no, we're not in for this. We're not in for
Yes.
this.
And
but-
it's always because in Oldwood you always, but it's pregnant where you hear the band
tuning up that with
tuning
small
up,
acts, right?
Yes, it's tuning up. That's
Yeah.
always on that day.
Yeah.
Something that always happens. They're tuning up and they're getting ready.
I kind
for
of
the
miss that
road.
though, because I heard a little bit, but not as much as we used to hear. Like pong, 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 pong. And story gonna start soon. Although you're not in it, you got the vibe. But I don't think we should move Carnival. What do you think?
I think in terms of marketing, I think is a good marketing strategy. I think that 1, 2, because you have the New Year celebrations, people wanting to do something New Year, and think it's providing that opportunity for, that festive opportunity.
Yeah.
In addition to that, you would have to think about carnivals in other regions who have their own timeline, and if you change it now, you might be competing with a Caribbean island that already has ingrained
market,
and followers
yes.
there. And in addition to that, it's something that persons already know St. and Nevis is far.
Synonymous
they
for
already,
Carnival at Christmas.
Yes. So, I mean, those should have been in contemplation long time ago before.
But now we're speaking about it,
yes.
they might, because you see everything changed up.
Yeah, but I mean, the changes in I never said when you live long enough, you live long enough to say you should never say never.
Yeah.
Because you never know what is going to happen in the future, how
Yes.
your perspective would change, how things would change.
CJ has some insights to add, which I think, and he makes some very good points. I told him. So here we go.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Rattup.
He was the rat up man in the June.
No more Rattup. Listen, no
CJ,
more
can you hear
Rattup.
us?
A pleasant good morning to everyone. As I listened to the discussion regarding the arrangers for the PAN
Yes.
competition, one of the things that I've always wished was different is that the people behind the scenes don't get credit. So, for example, there would have been a prize for the winning bands. But that very important person or persons, those important persons who arranged the music,
Okay.
get no credit.
Good point.
I wasn't at the show, so I don't know whether or not they were even mentioned, but they don't get any credit. We have queen shows where the people who wear the clothes win prizes, but those important people who design the costumes, who create the costumes, who create the dresses, sometimes they get mentioned, but they never get prizes. And so we need to, just as people who write music and who write lyrics get credit, get royalties, in addition to the person who renders the music, the people who are behind the design of the costumes, for whether it be Carnival Day or the Queen shows and other things, they should get credit. At the Calypso shows, not just the person who renders the song should get credit, but the person who wrote the music, the song, should get credit. The lyricist, the person who wrote the music probably should get credit as well. There ought to be prizes for the people who made it possible. Not all the credit, all the attention being given to the person who happens to be, for want of a better phrase, the front man or the front woman for the effort. Because yes, you may make the most beautiful costume or the most beautiful dress, and the person doesn't have the ability to display it well.
Yes.
But equally, you can have all the poise and all the stance and all the beautiful singing voice, and what you're given to sing doesn't make sense, or the words are poorly arranged. And so I would entreat the persons in charge to extend the winning of prizes, to extend the granting of acknowledgements to the people behind the scenes who are such a vital part of all of these competitions.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So did you attend the Panorama competition or did you watch?
Neither. I intended to attend. It was the
Okay.
only thing I planned to attend. Unfortunately, I attended the National Bank annual general meeting last evening, which went somewhat late.
Okay.
And so I chose to pass on the Panorama. And because just listening to it, for me, it's also a bit of a somewhat of a spectacle as well. One wants to see the whole thing. And watching something on a little, 6-inch screen isn't my idea of, I wouldn't go and see I wouldn't watch Star Wars on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't watch, Gone with the Wind on my telephone.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see it in a large screen. It's the reason why I don't watch movies on my laptop or tablet. I go to the movies,
Okay.
see it on a large screen in a dark room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Preference.
CJ, did you go last year?
Last year was it in the circus, right?
No, it was.
It was also
it was
the-
in Wonderland.
Okay. No, I don't think I did. I might have been in a bad mood that evening.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Okay, I might have been in an in a mood where I was not willing to take in new experiences. So,
Yes.
when one gets to his age, one tends, the moods come and go. You know how these things are.
Yeah.
It depends on, it might be that time of month or something else that causes one to feel in certain ways. So that could have been the cause.
Yeah. I understand.
No, he won't be going to the Calypso show,
Okay. Not the Queen show tonight.
nor the Queen show.
Oh, boy.
I
So what does he intend to do for the rest of the season until January 1st, when he might come up with a astonishing costume again to take our breaths away?
no comment, but nothing really. I gotta tell you, I used to attend sometimes the semifinals and often the finals of Calypso shows, and I have personally boycotted them for many years now. Why? There was a year in which there was a song that was not only probably the most popular at the time, but in my humble opinion, excellently written, well rendered. And it was a song, I think it was called Godson by someone from Nevis. Yes. And for some inexplicable reason, that song wasn't even good enough to make it to the semifinals.
Wow.
And I must admit, though I'm not a conspiracy theorist, I felt there was something untoward happened that such a fine song
Didn't make
could not have gotten even to the semifinals.
it. Wow.
And so, as my way of expressing my dissatisfaction, I've been back once. It was
wow.
probably the year before COVID, and there was a grand total of maybe about 200 people in the park that evening for the Calypso finals. It was
terrible.
it was an awful turnout.
Worst attendance ever.
Wow.
It was dreadful, and I thought, they know music. They know more than me. Maybe it is as bad as I thought it was. So
Boy, oh boy.
I haven't been back, and I must admit I haven't followed any of the tunes. Or I've heard someone told me I should listen out for a tune that I don't know if it has made it into the later stages. Something about the Christina event. Someone told me it was a very good song, but I am unaware of any of the songs that have made it to the finals, and any of the stories that are being told since. To some degree, I've kind of tuned out. But hey, that's this individual. I would encourage everyone else to participate, because if everyone stood on the sidelines and watched or watched from the stands,
Yeah, there have been no
we'll be
one.
watching empty stages and
Exactly.
we'll be watching empty
Yes.
streets.
That's why I am encouraging Jamster, Trevor
Yes.
Woodley,
Government name status.
to attend the Miss St. Kitts and Nevis Queen Pageant this evening.
When that government name comes out, you are implored in the politician voice that you like to tease him about.
Yes.
Go to the show tonight. Go to the show tonight.
So you're jamming me, yeah?
Yes, you have to come to the show this evening.
Maybe I'll come.
Or if not, you could support via pay-per-view. Look away at
problem
selling
is-
the show to
Yes.
to the
Only a
Parliament.
mere 20 US. That's a little bit of money.
No, it's not the money. But it's like, who's gonna babysit the baby boy? You know.
He's not a baby. He can go too if he
Right.
falls asleep.
But if
Then,
you
then
got streaming, you support, and everyone gets to see the show at home.
True.
And you say you have a horse in the
no,
race. He
the
said-
ladies are already.
Mhm.
Have already taken their time to prepare their outfits for tonight. So the ladies are not staying home with the two gentlemen.
Oh.
Okay, the gentlemen can stay home, but the ladies
I do have
They have
to.
already planned to make their debut as mother and daughter tonight. So no,
they
we're not.
have?
Yes, the ladies
Oh.
are going to the show, as he said.
Okay, then good.
Yeah, I'm talking about
yeah,
your
yeah,
family.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the gentleman can stay at
okay,
home
then,
since
yeah.
they intended to stay at home originally.
And he already has someone that he's supporting.
Yeah.
Well, the one that he said
you
he knows.
see?
Jamie.
you have to be part
In
of
fact,
it.
I need to call her when I finish because I need to call her. About
See what we have
something.
inspired?
I know.
Yes.
Call.
It's a wonderful season
It's the most wonderful time.
of the year.
Ooh.
Okay, guys, you guys are killing me. 7 minutes after 9 o'clock. Let's take some a well overdue break.
Yes.
I thought he was going to say Cyril drink.
That's what do we get this solid drink
That
from?
reminds me, I have to go by the agro strip to see if I get some more sorrel.
Yes, I know the
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
From our Harper's family to yours, we say a big thank you for your support throughout the past year and wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas, a safe and fun-filled carnival, and let's all have a bright and prosperous new year.
It's the happiest season of all.
The Caribbean Lottery's newest scratch game is sweeping the nation. It's the #1 gift for this holiday season.
Wait, what is he talking about?
The new Christmas Frenzy scratch game for just $5 and loads of chances to win up to $1,000.
Christmas Frenzy, that's the best gift for me this Christmas.
That's right! Play Christmas Frenzy from the Caribbean Lottery for just $5 and get loads of chances to win up to $1,000.
Oh, what fun it is to win on a Christmas Frenzy game.
Available at Caribbean Lottery retail agents island-wide. Must be ages 21 and over to play.
Are you ready to turn transactions into treasures? It's time to unlock the triple transformation transaction treasures at Holtzman's Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts. With every hire purchase, not only do you get quality furniture, but you also get triple cash back for free groceries. That's right, triple your saving, triple your transformation. Imagine a home beautifully furnished and a pantry stocked to the brim, all in one go. Our expert staff is standing by, ready to guide you to the pieces that will make your dream home a reality. Hospital Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts, where quality meets affordability. Don't miss out on this limited time offer. Visit our showrooms today and start your journey from transactions to treasures. Hospital Furniture and Appliances and Ashley Furniture Home Store St. Kitts, transforming home one transaction at a time. Visit us today and experience the triple transformation transaction treasures.
This holiday season, give the gift of wellness to your friends and family. The salon of your choice, Chop Shop Salon and Spa, are offering enticing packages at all their locations. Snow is in the hair. A wash, condition, and blow dry of short to shoulder length hair is EC $89. And a wash, condition, and blow dry of below shoulder length hair is EC $99. Shine like a star and look your best this holiday season. Get a 1-hour massage and a deep cleansing facial for EC $299. Get your Christmas glow up, a manicure, pedicure, 45-minute massage, and a deep cleansing facial, all for only $399 EC. Call 466-7243 for our Port Zante location, 465-7243 for our Frigate Bay location, and 469-7246 for our Nevis location for more information and to make your appointments. Gift vouchers are on sale in all our locations on both islands. This holiday, don't get photoshopped, get chopped. Wishing you all happy holidays.
Hello? I'm going to have a jolly money Christmas. It's my favorite time of the year.
You're singing to yourself.
Girl, I'm heading to TDC Financial Services to get a loan in their Jolly Money Christmas loan promotion. They're offering a loan of up to $100,000 secured and up to $75,000 unsecured, which is perfect for my Christmas list because I have the house to renovate, Christmas shopping for all the little ones, travel to see my family, and then you can't forget back to school. So, I'll be having a Jolly Money Christmas with TDC Financial Services. You coming over?
Let's go. I'm coming to TDC Financial Service too.
Yes, this is 50.
Dreaming of that perfect getaway? Hop aboard the Makana Ferry to the breathtaking islands of Saba, Statia, St. Martin, and St. Kitts. Embark on a delightful journey and enjoy sun-kissed beaches, vibrant cultures, and unforgettable experiences. Visit MakanaFerryService.com to book your island hopping adventure today.
And we are back on Island T. Y'all, let me tell you, we were so into this panorama discussion. Myself and Azard forgot our chai tea. It's not even hot anymore, y'all. It's warm.
It's actually one of my favorite
Yeah,
flavors.
Azard's favorite flavor. But y'all, I like my tea piping hot. I can't believe Jamster Panorama had us in a bind.
Yeah,
we forgot the hot tea.
We have our own China set here, and we have, the little
cute, sophisticated teacups.
Y'all
And Jamster with his Contigo.
Y'all can.
Contigo is good. It's good. It's a good cup because
But
it keeps.
I see a wine glass in here, and we're not having any wine.
Boy.
Let me make sure this is the
Yes, no wine at work. Maybe we can wine out the door, but we cannot drink the physical wine. Maybe you can wine out the door.
You wouldn't like to know what goes on sometimes. Anyways.
Oh, so y'all wine out the door?
when we leave from the island tea, we don't know what happening.
I know. Oh boy.
Yes.
So.
Oh, and we have the Calypso competition that is
that's
going to be
after.
on Friday.
So is that expected to be big since
Today's Thursday,
CJ
right?
was saying the last couple ones were
2019 was busy.
So there wasn't catchy songs that people wanted to hear, or people just didn't care to go?
I just don't know what it was. It was just so weird. You're up there and we were all appalled.
Oh wow.
If we had 200 people in there, we had a lot.
Yeah, same thing for the swimsuit. I felt for those girls because they put their all out and they just had this menial audience.
That was when last year?
Last year.
Where did they have it?
The same place they're having it now.
And you realize it's not on the calendar this year.
It's not on the calendar this year, so I wonder why it was dropped.
Well, I guess last day.
But that shouldn't have deterred it, because if they advertised the swimsuit beauties as much as they advertise the Miss St. Kitts.
So they had the
pageant.
swimsuit at Warner Park? That's what you said? Oh, okay. Because I don't know. There was a period, they were doing it at hotels with a pool and stuff.
No. It was at the Wonderland, because last year was Wonderland.
Oh.
Yeah. But it was poorly attended. I felt bad for the girls, but they put on a good show. Like they had a full audience, and I guess Miss Gail is gonna just hold the crown for a couple years, and that's good.
I mean, you can't. You have to always give the Sugar Mass people credit for trying different like pairings.
Yes.
Because like I thought it was good. I thought it was really nice outside the box thinking where they did the Junior Calypso show.
Okay.
But I think one of the things they need to look at now is doing some experimental pairings to see what happens, because people like the swimsuit, so maybe they could have paired it. But maybe going forward they can try pairing it with, because I noticed they don't have Best of the Rest now, so I don't know, maybe
Best of the
Rest.
What's that?
It's sort of like the popular songs that didn't make it to the finals, and they come and they have a show, and because you have a lot of really popular songs that where the person doesn't even get to the semifinals, or they don't even get to the finals.
It might be catchy in wits, or a lot of those funny songs,
unexpected.
Yeah, but it just you don't reach up to the finals, so like the Best of the Rest.
So it's interesting. It's funny that they didn't have swimsuit this year. I'm assuming last year they felt burned from last year.
Yeah.
They probably,
last year talented teen
recalibrating.
stole the crowd.
Stole the show.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
Because remember, it was supposed to be in Carnival Village.
And then they had to move it.
And then they moved it.
Because of the amount
and then
of
they had
tickets
to,
they sold.
how many times did they move it?
No,
Not
I
at
think
least
it was
3
supposed to
times?
be at a smaller location, and then they had to move it to Carnival.
And
then they move it to Warner
again.
Park.
Yeah.
Because of the amount of tickets they sold.
Let me tell
That's
you,
crazy.
this year it seemingly was big, but it wasn't as big as last year. I wondered what made it so big last year,
Guess
because
it
the
was
hype wasn't there
contestants
this
too.
year.
The contestants probably
Okay.
would have added to that. As you know, it all depends on who's going in as well.
And
too.
your popularity
And
in school.
popularity people want
Really?
to see. Yeah, that plays a factor, you know.
You best believe in that age.
Not even
range.
maybe not. Yeah, it plays a factor. I mean, even like the missing kids too. If you know someone who's relatively popular, and
Yes.
those persons go in, you tend to
interesting.
watch it.
But you gentlemen, I don't know.
It's an
if you might be into queen shows like that. I remember back when I was younger, you could have already looked and see who would have become the queen, and normally that was the result. Yeah, but now it's different. But
Yeah.
as I said, I have
How
my
come,
queen.
How come you never did any?
Queen shows?
Yeah.
No. I
Okay.
came up in a very strict family. I did one when I was older, and that was Miss Liat. I came second. So I represented Ghana in that one.
They probably cheated.
Yeah.
You're probably supposed to be first.
he bringing the thing that cheats. No, man. I think it was fair enough. Antigua won. St. Lucia came first, and Ghana
Of course,
came
Antigua
second.
won.
But
was
I
done
don't
in
want to
Antigua?
discredit Antigua, yes. But the Antiguan contestant, she went in for Miss Antigua already. So us
okay.
little amateur people come in, we didn't have that experience, so it was easy. I find it was easier for her.
Yeah.
Because she had the big stage experience, and myself and Annalisa Shallery, we were just employees just deciding, okay, let's just represent our countries, and but I think it was fair enough. We did well.
Could
We
have
did our
been
best.
worse. At least Gangston wasn't a judge, right?
No, he wasn't in power back. I think it was.
Yeah,
I
that
think
would've been
it
way
was
back.
UPP that was in
Yeah.
power.
Oh, Mr. What's his
oh
name?
gosh, his name is slipping me.
Yeah, me too.
Oh
I know
boy.
who you mean.
Ooh
yeah,
la
I know
la.
what you mean. I can't remember his name.
Yeah,
either.
the Baldwin
Yeah.
Spencer.
Baldwin
Yeah.
Spencer.
Yeah.
That-
Mr. Spencer was in.
Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I take it you met him before.
Yeah.
Also must have met him a lot of times. Yeah.
Plenty of times. It's
Yeah.
very, very cool. I've met some very laid back politicians during my tenure at my lovely job, and yeah, some of them are pretty cool. The coolest one was from Barbados, Owen Otter. He's a sweetheart. He's just the nicest person. He has a platform, and he's just sweet. He's just down to earth. You won't believe that's a prime minister.
Yeah, it was
It's
kind of a
very
shock when he
nice.
died. I remember when we went to Barbados. I remember one time we were going somewhere. We passed him, and he was in this yard doing. And then I think the taxi driver told us that he went there to. Maybe just went to visit with the people. They were having a party or something.
He was just
you know.
cool. Even when he was in prime minister, he frequent us a lot, because I think he was doing something with Carty, so he used to be back and forth on flights to Guyana, and he was still a sweetie, still a sweetie to his dad. So yeah.
I interviewed Harold Lovell one time. I went to Antigua for WINNFM.
Oh, okay.
And it was when they used to do romantic rhythms.
Ooh.
So we had DJs from one from St. Martin, one from Anguilla, one from St. Kitts. Yeah, and so we went, and he's just a cool guy.
Okay.
It's funny how he never ever won his seat, huh?
Boy, still fighting to win it. Still fighting to
Yeah,
win
because he had to give up his. He's not the leader of the party now. Still is.
I
he?
am not quite sure,
Because
because I
then he
don't
still-
follow it
because
so
he
closely
still-
like that.
Yeah, he still didn't win his seat last time, because I was kind of paying attention, because I realized, I said, how is it this guy can't win his seat?
And I don't understand, right? And
As leader of the party, at least.
somebody was telling me that Mr. Lovell, the last campaign they had, he promised to pay off the Liat employees at least most of their salaries, and they still voted Labour. So I don't understand what they wanted. So yeah,
vote against their own self-interest.
yeah,
huh?
vote against their own self-interest, because once I heard that, I saw Jams. He was getting a vote for me to get my money, right?
Well, yeah, Lovell stepped down after the election defeat in 2020.
Yeah, just recent, right? Yeah. But I don't know who's leading now, Azard. Does it say?
2023. I think it's the young man who
didn't we have him?
Yeah,
on?
we had him on the show already earlier in the year.
Okay, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I know he.
I don't follow.
And he has a seat as well.
Yeah, he has his seat.
So I remember there was a point where he had the seat. Mr. Lovell didn't have a seat, but he was still leader of the party.
Yeah.
And then after that last election,
Okay.
you know.
Just hope people realize we have the power and they sort it out. Oh boy! So
it's Jamel Pringle.
Yes.
Jamal Pringle is the leader now.
Yeah, Jamal.
Okay,
Pringle.
I'm not familiar with that name.
Yeah. So, when Howell resigned on Friday, 20th January 2023, Jamal Pringle was emerged as the leader of the party. Yes.
And y'all, I have to speak about DJ Flames again. DJ Flames was not shy about who you were supporting last night on Panorama, okay? Did y'all see his shirt?
Was it EBJ?
Yes.
That was just,
I was like, he was not shy.
That was an educated yet uneducated guess.
Yeah, I thought you saw his shirt.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
I couldn't see him.
like,
I couldn't
boy,
see him. Really
he's showing us who he's
from where he
supporting.
was,
One big EBJ shirt he has on the stage last night. Well, as I said, I enjoyed what he was playing, and it brought back the thoughts of what the gentleman called and spoke about early in the morning when he said only the DJ was having fun on the stage. On the Bayfront with his dancehall, while everybody else was just looking at him as zombies. So I like that he incorporated carnival music whilst we wait on the result.
Yes.
And all of them were doing it too. DJ, was it Tero was the first one? Because I'm not familiar. I don't want to call
last night?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was Tero?
Oh, so it was more than one? I didn't realize. Oh,
two of them.
Okay.
So they did it in half. So I want to believe it's Tero. He too was playing a lot of local music, so that's very commendable.
At one time, I was hammering the drinks and talking. So.
Oh boy! So you weren't paying attention to the lovely entertainment the DJs were providing?
Actually, I was drinking Guyanese rum.
Oh Jesus! Eldorado?
I was drinking Eldorado.
25, 15?
12. It was 12.
Oh, you had 12.
Okay. He said the guy said he was going to bring the 25, and I asked for Old Road rum. He said he was going to bring that on Friday.
Old Road is nice, but Old Road stings, boy.
For the Calypso show.
Okay. Yeah. Oh boy! So Jam say, thank God Saturday ain't work, eh?
I drank that a lot at music festival. The Old Road. It's nice. Yeah.
It's nice.
But Eldorado, trust me, Eldorado is.
I don't know Eldorado.
Smooth.
I don't think I've ever drank.
It's very Eldorado. Smooth and it's tasty.
I like Old Road in my fruit punch. Oh, did I give away my secret? Sometimes.
Speaking of which, I have some eggnog. I bought some eggnog on Christmas Eve, right? So,
where you got it from?
Best Buy.
Okay.
Yeah. MacArthur. You know the MacArthur milk? I buy the milk in the jug. MacArthur.
So there's
MacArthur,
I thought it was Trinidad import.
No, MacArthur eggnog. It was at $13, I think. But so I'm gonna hit that up with some Jack Daniels maybe on the weekend. Yeah, I think I've bought a half a bottle left.
Oh boy!
Okay. I had it with brandy. I had some with brandy on Christmas Day. So. Yeah, Jack Daniels, man.
So you know, in the U.S., right? So, just so we don't have to stick and stay on it, but just so persons know, Colorado Republicans appeal against Donald Trump's 2024 ballot ban. So, Colorado Republicans have appealed to the U.S. Supreme Court after the state's top court ruled that Donald Trump was ineligible to run for president.
Well, he run. They run them, right?
Say again?
They run them.
What do you mean run them?
They declined to take the case.
Oh well, he says here the appeal means he will remain for now on the ballot for the Colorado primary. Last week, the ex-president was disqualified from running in the state for his alleged role in the January 6, 2021 attack on the U.S. Capitol. Mr. Trump is the Republican frontrunner and is expected to be the party's candidate for the 2024 U.S. election.
Why do y'all think, and as I said, not to dwell on it, why do y'all think nobody else is stepping up to the plate to dethrone Donald Trump? Because who would vote for somebody like that for president again? Look at all those persons rotting in jail because of the stupidity.
It's just weird to me
that they follow, and it looks like they're gonna vote for him again. Who does that?
It's just weird to me to see the all the invertebrate Republicans just sucking up to this
It's
scumbag.
It's
And I'm sure there's
surprising-
somebody better behind
It's
there.
surprising that he's still the front runner, and it's surprising with all the controversy. He still is leading in the polls, and you wonder
what is the mindset of people?
And but he does have supporters there.
But
he
yeah,
does have
but what are
supporters.
their mindsets?
But, you
and
know-
it shows that
This man says he's going to execute generals that defended the U.S. that he hid from when it was his turn to go to war. And you're going to vote for that?
it shows the mentality of individuals. It shows
Sick mentality.
It
I'm going to
shows
say
that
it
there are
as
a
it.
lot
You
of
don't have to.
persons
I hope you guys know what's at the
agree-
root of all this craziness, huh?
who agree with those thoughts and thinking.
So you guys know what's at the root of all this craziness?
What's that?
Racism.
What you say that?
Why I said that? This is documented.
Mm-hmm.
There's
You mean
reams.
persons who
There's
support him?
reams. Yeah, there's reams of stuff written on this.
But there's a lot of black persons that support him too.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean I'm not. Doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Okay.
Those people are, you know.
So what are they?
But why?
The blacks
What's
who
the
support him.
sense?
Because
Crazy.
Donald
I'm
Trump.
gonna say it as that you don't have to. Huh?
Donald,
They're
Donald
crazy.
Trump. Donald Trump is the you could say the ultimate distillation of the white American id, which wants America to be white.
But his parents aren't even American.
What do you think? What do you think?
They're from
exactly.
Poland.
Thank you. They're from Germany. But
Germany or Poland?
What do you think? Germany. What
But
do you think?
know,
Okay.
What do
he
you
was
think?
seen quoting Hitler during one of his
He's a crazy man.
one of his what you call those things, public address.
To his supporters?
Mhm.
Nonsense. And
Yeah.
they're still gonna give him money to kill people?
Exactly.
I-
What do you think "Make America Great Again" means? Make America white again.
Yeah,
That's what
make
it- that-
America
that's what it
white.
means. That's what
Yeah,
it
I
means.
understood that long time.
Yes, a lot of it is.
And then
racial.
black people still voting for that, and he gonna try exterminate them?
Yeah, but it's a very small amount of people. It's still a sad amount, but small but sad. You know.
He got a lot of votes when he went up against Hillary.
But even the Hispanics vote for him, and he wants to build a wall. What's wrong with these people?
I know, right?
Oh,
I was
boy.
surprised that I think Florida voted red the last election.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they did.
I was surprised at that, but considering you have so many,
I know that
Mixed
pretty.
ethnicities,
Yes.
right?
That
Yes.
pretty lady from Florida. Oh God, she's so cute. What's her name? Former police chief.
I don't even know
She's
her
go-
name.
she's a congressman now, and
Okay.
she's gonna be running for this.
Mhm.
I think she's gonna be running against what's his name? Marco Rubio for the Senate seat.
So yeah, I need to follow these things closer. I don't, because it's just like too much noise to me.
No, but yeah, it's
and
just
you have I think who was second and maybe even third for the Republicans now. I can't because everything changes.
Mhm.
I think you had Ron DeSantis.
Boy, he got disgraced the other day.
Yes.
What he doing on OnlyFans now? Use people money to be on OnlyFans.
What?
You hear? And
There's
buy
so
all
many-
kind of things.
There's so many.
Listen, America don't keep your secrets, you know.
Yeah.
And especially when you're a high person in society, they bring it out. The man was on OnlyFans with the campaign money.
but see, Donald Trump has made like in your face racism acceptable because he is the first. He is the first candidate that has been so in your face and basically raw about some of the darkest xenophobic racist thoughts of a lot of Americans, and he made it acceptable. That's why you had all this.
So is it that's why he sent the folks to kill his own VP, Mike Pence, when he did the nonsense
Yes,
on
all
January
that,
6th?
these people are crazy.
But I thought, anyways, because he's not American, maybe he's not white, so maybe that's why he could have been racist towards poor Mike Pence. But then again, I don't know Mike Pence's true nationality, so yeah, I can't say much. I shouldn't say much.
Mhm.
But it's just wrong on all levels.
Mike Pence looks like a department store mannequin.
Oh Jesus! Chapstick, we gonna get banned. You know, we gonna get banned.
You guys want to let's take this call.
Yes.
Call, go right ahead. Call.
Jam Song.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Jam though.
Jam Song.
Hey.
Good morning.
Hey, what's up?
You could see what Donald Trump really dealing with, eh? You know, the big dollars working for him. Some politicians in the Caribbean following the same footsteps. You know? So, only different thing can change these things, you know. Only different thing can change these things. The politics is raw around the world, is nasty. According to you, look what Trump is doing right in the American face.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, the leading country in the world. And look where you're getting. Now he's saying if he go back there, he's going to execute the general then.
Yep, crazy.
That's a serious word, you know. Serious word. And I hope the general know he got to watch he buy all cars. You know.
Yes.
It's very serious. But one thing is so amazing to me. When you look at the Caribbean politicians, then, that's where we're going. Tit for tat is your own, and they want to play like people stupid. Some of these people in thinkers, they like to call people dumb when they're talking truth. And when you look on them, some of them is non-progressive element, you know. None of them is element.
That's a nice way to put it.
They don't contribute to the country. They just wait for a government to go in power and start to work. I want to tell half of them who going around and believe they could be mischievous and playing with people. Go and put 500 contribution in the social security because the dumb people money going to pull eye out of head when things get rough. Because it will get rough. Mm-hmm. Don't mind the jam and wine right now in a jam store. This country got some problem ahead, eh? Anyway, I enjoy it.
Okay.
And it's nice bringing a scene and the world issues because it only could get dread.
Yeah.
You can get hard and jam store watch the dollars. Watch how you spend money.
True.
And watch your back.
True.
Because people going to get desperate, eh?
True.
Yeah. Anyway, I want to tell the poor pal them to pay up the poor people the dollars. Don't come in the media and tell us you're going to give this and when you look, you come in different talk. We want the money. Pay the poor people the money. Because when you're going to go to Asia and Europe and posing and get money, oh my God, Jamster, these fellas just think.
Yeah.
I really like Ratchet to be around because I know he done mash up a lot of them. They mash them up. Because some of them teeth bad, you know. Have a good day.
Okay.
All the best, Jam, though.
I don't know if you guys saw the New York Times article I sent y'all, I think a few days ago about the guy in what's his name, Sani, the new president of Argentina.
Yes, it said things have to get worse before they get better.
And I thought that was refreshing honesty. So you know he's devalued the currency and in reading the article, what I found was interesting, and it's something sadly I don't see in our citizenry.
But do you think he said that before?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, okay. He did. Because I was following.
Whilst he was campaigning?
Yes, he did. Okay. He said, well, you know, because the point he was making was that there was a lot of artificiality in the Argentinian market and in the economy that needed to be fixed. A lot of it was it was like smoke and mirrors. And he said, listen, I want, he's an economist, so he was like,
so he knows what he's saying.
We need to fix this, but it's going to get worse before it gets better. And what I found refreshing too was that they interviewed this lady in the article, and she was saying, you know, things are hard now, but I'm willing to give him the chance. And I don't know. I was saying this to someone I sent the article to, and I said, I don't know if let me read it, because I think I actually did a good encapsulation of what I thought about. Where is it?
There's a post on the Facebook wall. I can't wait to read it. Azard, you saw it?
Yeah, because I mean, there's some parallels in our politics. So this is what I said to the person. I hope Argentinians have the political maturity and patience to at least give him a chance to right the ship and steer it out of the storm. The lady interviewed in the piece, she has the right attitude. I'm not so sure our people would be as patient, considered, and willing to make a painful sacrifice for a time with a view to making things better ultimately. And yeah, I don't know. I don't really get that sense from people. I mean, you heard Jam down just now. We want our money.
Yeah.
What about if maybe it's not the best fiscal responsible thing to give us the money.
Yeah.
How about that? You know? We're gonna just take without any consideration. You remember how I was talking during budget week about how we want the sausage, but we don't want to see how the sausage is made.
Yeah. And as I said, if we keep taking, then when it's our time to get, then maybe
exactly.
there. And then how are we gonna pay it back? Once they introduce a new tax, we're gonna complain, but we don't understand that tax is to put it back right there.
Exactly.
So,
the tax is that's how the government raises money to do stuff.
Yep.
And if we're not willing to sacrifice anything, we just want to take. I mean, I've never heard the government here say, for example, okay, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a tax because maybe we want to build a school, or we want to do this, or we want to do that. We'd probably have riots. We probably have
riots. But I think in the beginning we'll have a lot of chatter. But I think people just do it. They just make noise.
We
just
have to give
prove
them
that we can make noise.
We
Exactly.
can't just take. You know. Like, I mean, the Labour governments tend to kind of do a lot of Mickey Mouse economics, where they seem to think that the rules of economics don't apply to them in terms of the way they spend, and so it's just the way they spend money. But at the same time, there's enough blame to go around.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, they have encouraged this take kind of culture, and people sitting back waiting for the government to do everything and expecting the government to give them handouts.
We can't.
But
We have to do our part to make it better.
Yes, we have. But the government has to start promoting that kind of mindset, the kind of mindset that says we all have to pull our weight. We're not saying we can't give you something now and then, but it can't be just give. You know?
Yeah.
We have some calls. Caller, go right ahead.
Yeah, jump to me again, because you just opened the mind there with a little talk. Watch here, jump to. The politicians is who have it so. And this one come and tell the people, Jamsto, that he gonna give them. Use the leader, protect the finances. If it cannot happen, it cannot happen. But they like to play the jam and wine game. As the Chini will say, we want jam and wine, man. We want jam and wine. And after jam and wine time done, it's hell to tell the police down the road. So I'm saying, Jamster, say that to say this. It's where the pushing. Because these people only want you for the cars, you know. As you play the cards, when your life is ruined, you go down the road and start to brag. Have a good day.
And that is correct. I was talking to an old teacher yesterday, and he told me, people in St. Kitts, they want you to pay their bills. So you help them once, and then they expect you to just continue doing it. And when you can't do it for them, it's like they don't want you around anymore. And it's funny enough that he told me that. And I was like, boy, I never even looked at it that way, but he told me that.
True.
An old teacher of mine, I saw him yesterday, and he told me that. I was like, wow.
Yeah, it's true.
So on this Facebook wall, Jam, so this post say, no matter what you all think about Trump, he is the voice of America. The people that you see are protesting against him. A lot of them agree with the things he says, but because they are politicians, they have to put up a front like they're so righteous. But you see Trump, he's not afraid to speak his truth because he is not a politician. So you really think he's just a businessman?
But there's the opposite of that. A lot of the people, a lot of the politicians, they don't agree with him, but they act like they agree with him because they feel like they have the weight of the populace on their side. You know, if you look at the polls, all these people still supporting Trump.
Yeah.
Which
the electorate still for Trump.
Which is just cray to me.
There's an article, the Mail Online, Daily Mail. It says here Trump campaign attacks DeSantis as a thirsty, third-rate OnlyFans wannabe model.
Boy, he's really.
But isn't DeSantis a Republican?
Yeah,
but he's competitor. Well,
he's
competitor.
yeah.
Competitor.
Okay, so he's trying to get the presidential card.
Yes.
Okay.
De sanctimonious.
But don't y'all
That's
find
what
it strange
gossip.
though that there's nobody opposing President Biden? Is there another Democrat trying to get the candidacy card?
There's this guy Dean Phillips, I think, and one other person.
Usually, the sitting president
doesn't get primaried. Yeah,
go through the primary.
Oh,
usually.
But there's a Kennedy, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. But he's running as a independent.
Independent.
But nobody. This is a guy who believes in space lasers and so on. I'm probably exaggerating a little bit.
A lot of weird things going on for real.
He believes that, like for example, the vaccines cause autism and all that stuff.
Yeah, he has
I won't be surprised.
advocated against the use of vaccine or vaccination.
Yeah, and a lot of other crazy stuff. So,
but he is, I think, the son of Robert Kennedy.
Yeah, Robert.
Yeah.
But the whole point is, the slaves didn't get good care and they lived, so maybe he's onto something.
Who? Kennedy said that?
The fact that who doesn't believe in the vaccine? The guy that doesn't believe in the vaccines, maybe he's onto something. Who vaccinated the slaves? Who took the slaves to the doctor?
But how long were the slaves living for?
Plenty long.
Why are we going back that far?
I'm just saying, just to prove the vaccine situation, kind sir. Yeah.
I believe in the science of vaccination. You know.
You do, okay. I don't believe in all of them though, because I think some of them do something to us.
You guys know vaccination. You know the vaccination thing was introduced by a slave. Yeah, in the U.S. it was a slave.
After he got freed.
No.
During
slavery.
So he did something to help his brothers and sisters whilst they were sick.
He showed the planter what to do to inoculate, and that's how they learned. So they actually learned that from the Africans.
But if you look,
there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that we don't get taught because
Yeah.
They like to tell us that Caucasians created and developed and invented everything of note. You know.
If you look at the Trump campaign, though, in their messaging, they're usually very, direct with their words, almost very aggressive.
Yeah, but I like that. I like directness, but at the same time, I mean, Trump's beliefs. Boy, I don't know.
He's whack, and he tells all the secrets because you see, like how he said that virus came from China. China developed that virus. China. And he kills me how he speaks.
China.
And and people are just proud to have that as a representation for their country.
But if
for the great state of the world, according to them.
But a broken clock is right twice a day. I mean, so if it came from China, it came from China.
I believe he tells the truth. I honestly believe he tells us the truth.
He has lost the popular vote.
I think we have to be careful. We have to be careful.
And he came back?
No, he lost it. Hillary Clinton beat him in the popular vote.
I think we have some
the electoral college. He was able to succeed on that, which is the one that really matters anyway.
I think sometimes we have to be careful where if something happens to be the truth and then someone wants to spin it as, take for example, I mean, Kanye West was telling someone that every rapper's contract has a bunch of Jews who are involved in his. He's not lying. It's true.
He's telling the truth.
So how is that anti-Semitism, right? If it's the truth, I mean,
because he's talking against them.
Yeah, right.
That's all it is.
So some people would spin Trump talking about
the truth, the
origin of COVID. Well, it came from China. That doesn't mean you're racist. If you
that party's not racist,
right?
I mean, he tells the secret. Even if they were doing a test, he let the test out. And I don't understand. I don't understand.
This guy should have been in jail a long time ago.
And he's never going to go to jail. Why are they wasting people's money to try him? He's going nowhere. He's going to be the president again, and he's going to free all those people that he promised to free.
I think I actually, the last time I actually thought he was going to lose, and he lost. As bad as Americans, as insane as they seem now, trust me, I think the sane people are going to come out in force to make sure he's not president.
He's not president. I hope so.
I believe so again.
I really hope so, Johnson.
The only problem I'm worried about with Biden is that he's losing the black vote. And I don't understand. I don't understand why our people would be.
But why do you think he's losing the black vote, though? I can't speak to it because I don't really follow.
Because the Democrat Party has been perennially slow to fix a lot of the key problems that the black constituency has. Like, take for example, they were quick to pass anti-hate law for Asians. They've never done that for black people.
Boy.
You remember during like the latter part of COVID, where all these Asians were being beat up and so on.
I don't know. That was a sudden.
Yeah, they went and passed, and a lot of people were saying, "Well, what happened to us? We are the most hated, the most reviled, the most discriminated against. How is it? There's no
no law for us.
Yeah, and a whole bunch of other things that just don't get fixed. So that's part of it. But also, it turns out a lot of rich black people, black Americans, turn out to be very selfish. A lot of the reasons why they vote Trump is because they pay less taxes. They've said it. Ice Cube has said it. 50 Cent has said it. And some other people.
So for less taxes, you let your brothers and sisters suffer.
You let the country go down the toilet just because you're paying less taxes under Trump.
That's sad, though.
That's pretty sad, yeah, for real.
It's sad how we are never going to bail ourselves out of the situation that we put ourselves in.
As AZ's kind of people. Low taxes. At all costs.
Why?
Yeah, I mean, I always say, at least from my perspective now, I think, reduce taxes and stuff like that, and encourage private sector growth and development and opportunities. Of course, I do believe in government providing opportunities for the less fortunate as well, and safety nets for the less fortunate. But I believe more so in teaching a man how to fish.
To fish, yeah. I agree with that.
That's the general mentality.
Yeah, rather than expecting the government to give them the fish.
But when we say less...
Call? Yeah,
okay, caller, go ahead. You're live on LNT.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Chancellor.
Hey.
Why would you be surprised that some of these successful performers would be inclined to support a candidate? Not that I think 50 Cent will vote for Trump, maybe Kanye West would. But why would you think, why would you be surprised that in that culture, which is a culture of selfishness and greed, that an individual would think of the general good? And on top of that, they don't trust their politicians. In fact, the Second Amendment entitles them to bear arms to protect themselves against the politicians, the government.
Yes.
In a culture like that, one wouldn't be surprised that somebody like Trump who comes in and says, I'm going to protect your Second Amendment right, and too many taxes, and so what if I pay less tax than my secretary? I don't think we should be surprised.
No, I agree with you.
No, that influenza, that even more dangerous COVID, you must remember, has affected us as well, infected us.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's all well and good, Azard, and I agree with you, to keep taxes as low as possible for everybody, so that government runs as a lean, not mean, but a lean and efficient machine.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys know. Do you guys read the reports of the directors of audit annually?
No.
If you don't, I encourage you to. If you read the last one, you will see that tax arrears at the Inland Revenue is $68 million.
Wow.
And what are they doing about that?
I'm sorry, ma'am?
What are they doing about that?
Well, this is the point, you see. When you incentivize people, and for example, if you owe tax, say corporate tax, and you're assessed by the Inland Revenue, you send in your reports, Inland Revenue say, no, you owe more than that. Then the accountants start to talk to the people at Inland Revenue. Then a number is fixed, the business would say, well, no, that's too much. And then they appeal to the comptroller. If the comptroller's number isn't satisfactory to the business, they can appeal to the tax commissioners. The unfortunate reality which we face is that for maybe as long as 10 years, no tax commissioners have been appointed.
I've heard that same
So you
point
have a
echoed
backup of
before.
corporate and other taxes for years on the books. In St. Kitts.
Wow.
St. Kitts.
What do you make of the fact that they reduced the corporate?
We appreciate the critical significance of that, because 68 million is a heck of a lot of money.
That's a lot.
To deprive the public of money that could be used for vital projects in the country.
Yeah.
So that, you see, it's all well and good to espouse private sector and all of this nice stuff. And I'm a private sector person. But the private sector must never be allowed to run a country. A country must be run by an organization that understands and respects and brings an equitable balance among all of the various interest groups in the sector.
Yes, but I was asking you, what do you make of the fact that they reduced the corporate tax to 25%? You think that part of it might have been to encourage them to maybe pay up their arrears, or as well as maybe stimulating?
If you want to increase minimum wage and do other things like that, you also have to be very vigilant on price control, which has not been happening. The present administration says, no, we're going to put price control, we're going to administer it strictly, which needs to be done, because items that should be priced up at about 20% are actually priced up at 40 and 50%. When you have in a marketplace a big organization that wholesales and retails to the extent that happens in this economy, you have marketing and economic imbalances and too much power focus. For example, in the U.S. Virgin Islands, the consumer laws, they do not allow you to wholesale and retail like that in the same little market. And so, but if so these are things that have to be incorporated in the equation when you're considering minimum wage and all kind of things like that. Okay. At the same time, corporations need to be given a chance so that. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. You see the line there, and you see the sign here. Watch the sign, because in America that's $1,000 fine. That's good. So don't break the law if you can't pay the price. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no problem.
So you have to make some adjustments. You have to give the business sector an opportunity to breathe and to make profits, but the profits must be decent. And they must take care of their workers, and they must take care of their customers, not sell expired goods and all kind of stuff like that, which has been going on in the economy. But the initial point I wanted to make was, while it is good to speak about, and let's not fool ourselves. You hear this talk all the time. The private sector is the main engine of growth. That's not necessarily the case.
At least in St. Kitts Nevis.
Might be the case at some time, but not at all. Let me give you an example. Since Obama's time, they were trying to raise money to build out, fix up U.S. infrastructure, right? These would be government-funded projects. Am I correct?
Yes.
You imagine the trillions of dollars that would have been injected into the economy for that allowed to take place.
Yeah.
That's public sector funding. Public sector funding, yes. The contracts would be awarded to private sector firms. So I think we just echoing what we hear. I'm not speaking about you folks on the program there, but a lot of us echo this thing. It sounds nice. The private sector is the growth, the engine of growth. It is an engine of growth, but public sector projects are key
Yes.
to the building and growing and sustaining of an economy. And let me end with this last point. I'm not an economist. But this thing about economic growth every year is very misleading, even to the point of being troubling. Because if economics is the study of managing scarce resources, and we know the resources of the planet are limited and becoming depleted, it is a contradiction to expect every economy in the world to expand every year. It is better to look at economic administration and administering a country in terms of balancing the financial, the economic with the human.
Yeah.
You're following the little point I'm trying to make?
Absolutely.
So you can't keep expanding an economy. I mean, it is not possible. Especially in the unjust and sinfully unbalanced global economy in which we live. They're controlled by the North. And even your resources, the resources of Africa, are controlled by the North and by China. Controlled. The politicians are controlled by the North. The FATF, the OECD, the World Bank, the European, all of these things, they're not set up to show their love for us.
Yeah.
Which makes it harder for countries like ours to survive in this shark-infested global environment in which we operate. And what makes matters even worse is the challenge of getting leaders like in the Caribbean. Look, the Prime Minister in St. Kitts and Nevis has been trying tirelessly to get his colleagues in the OECD to come together with a standard and uniform approach to the CBI program. He can't get them to do it. While he's trying to raise the standard so that we don't endanger ourselves any further, you can get a citizenship in St. Lucia for $60,000 because the figure is there to grab money. Anyway.
Yeah,
I've had you all long enough.
Yeah,
but
so
the point is,
it becomes a rivalry. It's like CBI
and
rivalries.
everybody wants to be a big king in a small kingdom.
Yep.
Yeah,
So it's a multifaceted thing, you know?
Yes.
And so the private sector is not the only engine of growth. And prices must be fair, goods must be good and marketable, and government has to exercise some degree of safeguarding the consumers and the small people in the country. And we have to find that balance. And you're not going to find it in America presently. America is way off balance. You could see from their politics.
Yes.
They are electing imbeciles, perverts, and narrow-minded.
I like that word.
And this is the most important, the most powerful country in the world.
Yes.
That makes the world a more dangerous place. But we can't change that. What we have to do in the Caribbean and in South America and Africa is come together and form our own international alliances and set up our own economic systems that serve our interests.
But when will that
rather
ever
trying
happen?
to affect systems that were imposed on us that we can't fix. And the final thing is, whatever system you use, if you're corrupt, it's not going to work.
You are correct.
Facts.
God bless.
Yeah, God
Same
bless.
one.
Yeah, season's greetings.
All the best.
Yeah.
I like that he took time out to scold somebody whilst he was on the call. And when you have persons like that people respect, they listen. So him taking time was on the call. That was funny, but it was
I thought so. I
a
thought so
good thing to do.
Yeah.
So you don't want to pay $1,000, you follow the laws. These are the laws.
Yeah.
He took time to educate not only us, but somebody else. Caller, good morning. You're live on LNT.
Yes, morning.
Right.
I agree with Mr. Astafan.
You are so late this morning. We
Yeah,
were
I
waiting
know.
with bated breath. Go
Anyway,
ahead.
I agree with him about the private sector not being the only engine of growth.
Okay.
But the private sector is markedly more efficient than the public sector in doing things. I mean, I think that is
Why is that?
unquestionable. You
Why is
can't
that?
show me.
Why is that, Mr. McMahon?
Because there are so many things that, whereas the private sector generally concentrating on profit, and the best way of getting that, in the case of government is more concerned with the politics of things.
Or the greater good. Let's be a little
Well, if
idealistic.
you want to say the greater good, no, but the thing is, when you try for just the greater good, you don't always hit. You miss a lot of times. And that's because, generally speaking, the politics is such that in going after the greater good, the so-called greater good, you end up marginalizing somebody. Okay? You could never please everybody. And so, yes, there needs to be some kind of balance, but I would assert that anytime a government can actually find money to do what you call the greater good, which usually involves handing out money here, there, and everywhere, then that government is inefficient. They are overtaxing us, okay? It's not the best way to redistribute wealth, and God knows we need some redistribution, but that is not the best way of going about it. And just having public sector projects alone don't do it, because generally those projects are concerned with infrastructure and building schools and social programs and funding social programs, which do not add to the economy, right? You mentioned growth, for instance. Yes, the thing with growth is that you can't tell a developing country not to have growth. It means they're going to be at a standstill, pretty much, right? And I agree that, I mean, the wealthier countries there should be some kind of redistribution in the sense that, because everybody can't have that type of standard of living. The world is just not equipped. I mean, don't have the resources for that. But they're not going to give up what they have without a fight, okay? And so I would not go for a zero growth policy, okay? But certainly, I still feel that the private sector is the one that's going to do things more efficiently. That's where most of the innovation is going to come from, because generally speaking, and this is not to cast any aspersions on anybody, but the innovations, the great ideas, they don't come from government people, don't come from politicians. They're not geared up for that, right? They're geared up to win the next election, okay? Not to come up with the next best innovation.
But in winning the next election, don't you have to come up with great ideas to the electorate?
If what?
In order to win the election, don't you have to present to the electorate great ideas?
Azard, in our circumstances here, you really feel that is true? What actually wins elections here?
I was playing devil's advocate with you, man.
Do you really think it's great ideas? Or how much I can get?
How much I can get?
I mean, think back to the last couple election cycles. Do you really think people pay attention to things like manifestos and so on? They pay attention to what government said they're going to give them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not interested in the great ideas. The great ideas are secondary.
Yep, you are correct.
Right? That's just,
I was just playing devil's advocate, because that is what it ought to be, but it's not what is happening.
Ought to be, but in real life, that is not what obtained. So leave it to the private sector. Let the innovation and our private sector here, I don't think they're particularly innovative either.
Thank you.
Retailing and so on. But,
Thank you.
But risk-taking and thinking out the box kind of thing.
I mean, take for example.
That's hard.
Take for example, Ira.
It's hard.
Ira, take for example. I mean, TDC, I've been telling them for years. If they don't watch out, Ace Hardware is going to eat their lunch. Ace Hardware is open till 5 on Saturday. They're open from 10 to 2 on Sunday. how do you have a big box store like TDC and even Hartsford's to some degree closing at 1 o'clock on a Saturday when people have time to go on? I keep saying this. People have time to go and browse. This is crazy to me.
The difference is though, people own shares in TDC and Hartsford. So
who says Ace might not introduce that soon?
Hartsford, you're gonna be thinking there first. No?
Yeah, but the thing is.
But if they're not open and you need something right away, you're going to go to Ace, right?
No one is saying the workers can't have their 2 days. They can have their 2 days off per week. The 2 days off per week just don't have to be Saturday and Sunday. They could be it could be Wednesday and Sunday or Wednesday and Monday or whatever. It could,
but
you know.
Jams, I don't know if you know.
Yes, you can do little things like that. But remember, there were some stores that tried. A gas station tried the 24-hour thing. There was a store that did the same thing. And they had to revert to those fixed hours.
But I'm not saying...
in our small economy, those things don't work.
I agree, but at least try it and see what happens. Because I think my logic is sound. If you work Monday to Friday, and maybe you're a DIY type person, now you want to do some stuff home. I mean, Saturday and Sunday, that's when you have time to go and browse and... Right?
So absolutely.
Yeah. So how you?
I can attest to being in that position.
Yeah, even during the week.
On a Sunday, and nowhere is open.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is true. But then that's me.
Or
How many
even
people are like that?
Or even closing 4:30 on a weekday for if you're running a home and building center.
Just facilitate. They want to open the store just to facilitate you and me, right? That's the whole point. Our economy. It's nice. It's convenient. But our economy, I don't think, can drive that kind of thing just yet, right? With expansion, with growth, yes, that's possible. You see, and that is why I would not settle for zero growth, right? I would grow as much as possible until we at least kind of catching up somewhere, you know? But we have a long way to go still, I think.
Yeah, we do.
You know? Yeah.
We do. Okay, well, season's greetings.
Yep.
So you're going Calypso show on
See
Friday?
You next year.
you're going Calypso show on Friday?
The Calypso show?
Yeah.
No, I listen to it as usual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But you're not going Queen show tonight?
You know that's another feature that has changed considerably. Yeah? If you can see it and hear it online, why bother to go? Well, I know the atmosphere is going to be different.
Yeah, and the
atmosphere is going to be different. But if you're going really to hear the Calypso or to see the presentation, and you can do that from the comfort of your bedroom,
it's not the same though.
It's tough.
Not the same.
It's tough unless you're a Kortensia who want to show off the latest high-end stuff. You know, why bother?
Oh, boy.
Kortensia. Oh, by the way, I have to get in this last dig at Kortensia. You notice Trinidad and Venezuela have just signed an agreement.
Yes.
Yeah.
For what?
For natural gas or something?
For what?
I didn't. No, I'm asking Mr. McMahon. I didn't know, so I have to go read up on that now that you're mentioning it to me.
Yeah, and Rowley was saying he thanked actually Mia Motley, Gaston Brown, and I think there was one other Caribbean leader who facilitated this because they've been trying to get around U.S. sanctions on Venezuela. Okay? And he mentioned the fact that, Venezuela is a neighbor, and so this kind of cooperative agreement is good. And that's all I've been saying in the case of Guyana and Venezuela.
That's why he didn't have
the shared border.
That's why he didn't have much to say on the issue then. I now figure it out then.
On the Guyana issue?
Yeah. I understand why now.
I remember.
Thanks for bringing that up.
It crossed my mind at the time too. Yeah, that he didn't.
He didn't say much.
But you realize that that is a far
not a blade of grass. We're not sharing with them.
That's a solution, though.
He didn't come, Mr. McMahon. Remember, Mr. Maduro did not come to ask to share, or he didn't have talks like maybe him and Trinidad did. He come to boss up.
You could have approached him.
So you want me to give away St. Kitts to somebody else too?
Get Rowley to Prime Minister Rowley to approach him, right, and settle this thing peacefully, and it's mutually beneficial to Venezuela and Trinidad. It can be equally mutually beneficial.
Let's see how long it's going to be mutually beneficial.
Right?
Me and you, us two will have this conversation again. Maybe us four, because let's see how long it's going to be beneficial. Because I don't think that man is as nice as he wants to be.
There is a potential upside to this. It might make Mr. Maduro think twice about the nonsense with Guyana. It's
Let's
possible
because it's pretty quiet now. You realize since that beating in St. Vincent, everything is quiet. You're not hearing any news on it.
Decided that it's not going to be. There won't be a military solution.
Okay.
So let's get the diplomats to work and the economists and so on and try to make how you call it, lemonade out of lemon.
Well, yeah, it's looking more and more like an election gimmick on Maduro's part.
Let's hope.
Maduro's side,
yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see what the new year brings. But this is a multi-billion-dollar investment, and money talks, whereas politics can go walking, right?
Yes, exactly.
That's a long and short of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, then. All the best.
All right, great.
Same to you, Mr. Mike.
Okay, guys. So.
We had a fun one today.
Yeah, it was fun,
we let our tea go cold. We went over time. We had some interesting topics. We stayed in the Caribbean. We went up north. We came back home. And then we kind of went across to the Caribbean in the south. And we touched Guyana and Venezuela and Trinidad again. So we went all around the Caribbean.
So today I'm going to try and pull out the second calypsos. It's just, and the calypsonians, they get, they take everything personally. Like some people might not hear a song. Like take for example, I didn't take out Craig from the semifinals, so I hope from the eliminations. So they take these things personally. He's probably thinking, "Oh, Jamster doesn't like my song." It's not that. It's just time. So no, what I'm gonna try and do this afternoon is take the semifinal file and try and pull out all the second songs. So maybe we could have them to play tomorrow, and because tomorrow night is the show and whatever.
Okay.
So
we can make them feel special.
Yeah, because they
yeah. I
understand that they all have persecution complexes. They think everybody's against them.
To each his own. The big man upstairs went through it, so who are we not to go through it?
It's so funny. They always think that you're against them. It's just not. Sometimes it's just time. Win. Yeah, it's just time. Man,
we have to learn that in life.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alrighty. Federation, it was good. That's a wrap. That was a wrap for today.
That is a wrap.
So see you guys tomorrow. Go, Jamie. Enjoy the Queen Show. Yeah.
Go all contestants.
Go,
this
Jamie.
Evening, everyone.
Listen, we are backing everyone, but we have our favorites.
He's such a politician.
We meaning Kortensia and Jamster. I make the disclaimer.
Oh my gosh! He pulled himself. Listen, he's defended himself. He's doing his job very well.
I put the disclaimer. Good luck to all the young ladies.
Good luck to all the young ladies, especially Jamie.
Good luck to all the young ladies.
Especially Jamie in my case too. Especially Jamie.
To the Federation, have a great day.
Jamie, we love you. Well, I love you anyway. Yes.
Good luck to all the young ladies this evening.
Guys, we hope you enjoyed our tea as much as we did. Tomorrow, same place, same time. Thanks for listening.
Yes.
Sweet juice and